Today we're going to play, some of you know, repeating song, or some of you know it as secrets. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to use our bow and our violin. You don't need your violin right away. So let's carefully set that down. And let's find a good bow hold. Take your left hand, hold the stick of the bow. Make a bunny. Some of you will go underneath the frog. Some of you will go beside the frog. I'm going to go underneath the frog. So you have your bunny under the frog, ring finger over the eye of the frog, middle finger next to it, index fingers on its side, and a curved pinky on top. Put your bow up towards the ceiling, up like a rocket, down to earth, circle around the sun, check for a curved pinky and thumb. Look yourself. Is your pinky and your thumb curved? They are? Good. If not, just fix it. Put the bow out in front of you. Windshield wipers. And go the other way. Good. Place the bow on your left shoulder. Give your pinky a couple of taps so it's nice and loose. More than a couple. Give your index finger some taps so it's nice and loose. Good. I'm going to make sure that I have a square in my bow arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, square. Echo after me. D, 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 D. G, 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 G. Good. Were you able to sing along too? Let's do it again. If you didn't sing along last time, sing along this time. So I'll go first, then you. Here I go. D, 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 D. G, 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 G. Good. Give your bow hand a little loose shake or move your fingers around so it's nice and loose. Let's try that on our instrument. So carefully pick up your violin or your instrument and go to your best playing position with your jaw in the jaw rest. I'm going to have my left hand on the shoulder of my violin, nice and loose. And if you have a sticker on your bow, place your bow on the string by that sticker. If you don't, find the middle of your bow. You can find the middle of your bow and place your bow there on the D string. I'm going to go first, then you. Ready, set, here I go. D, 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 your turn, D. A, your turn. D, your turn. G, your turn. Good. Let's try it all together. 4 Ds, 4 As, 4 Ds, 4 Gs. Starting on our D string, in the middle, check your bow hold too, that your pinky is curved and your thumb is curved. 1, 2, here we go. D, 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 D. Do it again. D, 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 D. you sing? If you didn't, sing this time. Let's try it with the play along. So find your playing position while the cello gives us an introduction. Bow on the D string. 2, 3. Get ready? 1, 2, here we go. Go back to the D string and keep playing as much as you want. Okay, that's great. And that's all for today. I'll see you again. Bye.